Grab your jacket, get or keys, find that record you please. It's Johnny G's Vinyltreasure Show. Go, Johnny G, go. Find that rare one you never know at Johnny G's Vinyltreasure Show.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. Want to welcome you to the April 25th, 2026 Vinyltreasure Show on this horrible rainy day. And I apologize for being late. My sister Lori was here, and she stopped by, and she sat with us during dinner time tonight. So I was a little bit, and then there was a miscommunication. I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, Johnny G is here to spin my original vinyl 45s. It's the 50s. It's the 1950s show. We're going to go through 1957 tonight. Play the records by year. Okay, I open up with a vocal thing, and then we're going to start it off, I think, from 1950 with the requests. But I picked this 45. I was looking for another record. I couldn't find it. But I said, well, let me play this one here. This was by Al Smith with the Broom Dusters. This is on Lester Bahari's Meteor label, which was out of Hollywood, California. The song was called Chop Chop Boogie. I think that was the second on the Meteor label, a song written by the label owner. Al Smith, he was originally from Mississippi, became a bassist, songwriter, producer in Chicago, and he was constantly booked doing recording sessions with four major of the independent labels like Chance and Parrot and Blue Lake and United and States and also VJ Records. That is the Al Smith. From December 1956, our opener on Meteor Records. It's Al Smith with the Broom Dusters. Chop Chop Boogie is the name of the tune. I guess we're going to boogie a little bit tonight. But anyway, so let's start it off here. I got maybe a couple collector records of the week here, I guess we'll call it. And but all your requests and some bonus records, you let me know if you like my bonus selections, okay? That's very important. Many of you do. But this is actually, we'll call this a bonus. It's a flip side from last week. We opened up with this group last week on Joe Leibowitz's premium record label out of Linden, New Jersey. We played the Copacetics. The Copacetics last week, we opened up with Collegian. The flip side is also an up-tempo tune from November 56 with the vocal opener, the Copacetics, with Believe in Me on the premium label. Here we go, folks.
Oh, baby, oh, wah, wah, oh, baby, oh, wah, wah, oh, baby, oh, wah, wah, oh. Damn, believe in me, for I am yours alone, and I will never let you go. I love you so, my love, I love you so. Damn, please trust in me, for I am yours alone, and I will never let you go. 'Cause I love you so, my love, I love you so. Damn, well I love you, and I need you. Please say you're mine all the time. Believe in me, I am yours alone, and I will never let you go. 'Cause I love you so, my love, I love you so. Damn. Oh, well, I love you, and I need you. Please say you're mine all the time. Believe in me, for I am yours alone, and I will never let you go. 'Cause I love you so, my love, I love you so. Damn, please trust in me, for I am yours alone, and I will never let you go. 'Cause I love you so, my love, I love you so. Damn,
Okay, folks, there you go. We open up with the sound of the Copacetics. Their only release, not they only know two members of this group, Betty Ann Williams and Rosetta Brown, and that was they wrote that tune there from November of 1956. The Copacetics on the short-lived or lived premium label Believe in Me is the name of the tune. Those of you that are new to this program here, this is our Saturday night show. I've been getting so many requests, and if you like to put in a request on a future Vinyl Treasure show, you can email JohnnyG at vinyltreasures@aol.com. I can't take requests, of course, during the show. I'm playing real records, and I got so many records. Sometimes it's overwhelming to kind of file these things and search for them and whatnot. I'm trying to do that, trying to get the collection in order. But this show, it kind of expanded into Sunday, so I kind of broke it up, and then it gives me a little bit of leeway to add some records maybe you don't know, and some of my favorites that maybe haven't been heard in a while. So that's what I do here on the program. Give my spin of kind of where I might have remembered buying the records, a little bit of history about it. I think for the Collector Corner record is probably the first record I ever found in the wild that I almost dropped the record and broke it. But anyway, we'll talk about it. But anyway, so we play the records by year. Let's start it off here as we're going to open up from 1950. This is a request for listener Casey Hines in Paris. Okay, as from time to time, I featured this group. One time there was a whole bunch of records, definitely on my 78 show, which I haven't had a chance to do yet because I'm just way behind the 8 ball here. But anyway, this is a cool tune by the Four Tunes. They signed with RCA Records in early 1949. They had 17 releases through 1953. And this was their 4th release that Casey requested, a tune written by Jimmy Mercer. It came out in August of 1950. It features Danny Owens on lead. From August 1950 on the RCA record label, here are the Four Tunes with a song called Say When. Here you go, Casey, for you.
If you've had enough of my arms, say when. If you've had your fill of my charms, say when. You don't need to be afraid to say that we're through. I guess by now I know, for my heart has told me so. If you've had enough of my dreams, say when. You had shattered all of my schemes, but then maybe someday you'll be sorry and want my loving again. So if you want to come back, just say when. If you've had enough of my arms, say when, say when, say when. And if you've had your fill of my charm, say when. Darling, won't you tell me when? You don't need to be afraid to say that we're through. I guess by now I know, for my heart has told me so. If you've had enough of my dreams, say when, say when, say when. Yes, you had shattered all of my schemes, but then maybe someday you'll be sorry and want my loving again. So if you want to come back, just say when.
Yeah, early sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That one there going out to Casey Hines in Paris. The sound of the Four Tunes on the RCA record label, August 1950. I like that record by them. Say When is the name of the tune. Danny Owens is the lead singer on that. As we continue here, and let's fill it. I don't know if Ed Brown. Ed, are you in the chat room here? Because probably not. He's probably out to dinner. I didn't see Ed. If I missed anybody in the chat room, it's just that I'm multitasking here, and sometimes I don't see everybody. So really, if you get your timing right, and there's a little bit of a delay in when I play the records and whatnot, you'll know. I think some of you got it down pat, though. You'll know when I play the record, and then I'm able to go and look at the chat. That's how that works. So you can time it right. I think, Frank, you have it. I think you have that right. I think because Frank Shingaro has that thing right. But anyway, I'm guessing. But let's fill a request for listener Ed Brown, and I have featured this gal before here on the program. And she's originally from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and she would move to Chicago as a child. Her real name, Ruth Lee Jones, but you know her as Miss Dinah Washington, and she first recorded back in 1944 for the Keynote label. Bill, I got it here this time. Now, she would begin her illustrious career when she signed with Mercury Records in early 1946, and she recorded 16 years for the Mercury label through 1962. And this is her 25th release that Ed requested. This song first done by Savannah Churchill in 1948 on the Manor label. I was going to play, I couldn't give it to Charlene too late, one of the bonus records I had on 45 by Savannah Churchill, but I pulled it back. I didn't want to fluster Charlene so late so late in time here. But anyway, this tune, let's see, from November of 1950. This is with Jimmy Carroll's orchestra. It's Dinah Washington. Dinah Washington on the Mercury label, going out to listener Ed Brown and her rendition of the tune Time Out for Tears. Here you go, Ed, for you, Miss Dinah Washington.
Time out for tears, because I am thinking of you. Time out for tears, my darling, now that we're through. You know that I never wanted our plans to end, and you know that I would be willing to try it again. Try it again. Time out for tears. My heart is yearning for you. All through the years, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna spend my time and dance and dine, playing with somebody new. But there'll be time out for tears whenever I think of you. My heart is yearning for you. And here's what I'll do. I'm gonna spend my time and dance and dine, playing with somebody new. But there'll be time out for tears whenever I think of you.
Yeah, that's the great Dinah Washington. That is really listen, You don't have to like vocal group harmony to listen to Dinah Washington. And she sings with groups and without groups. That is a cool record there that she does. Dinah Washington there by request for Ed Brown, still probably out to dinner if he's not in the chat room there. And I like that record. November 1950. I wasn't around in 1950. Some of you were, though. November 1950 on the Mercury record banner there. Dinah Washington with Time Out for Tears. Let's move into 1951 now and fill a request for listener Tommy Albergo in our YouTube chat room. This singer originally from Omaha, Nebraska, and let's see. Wait a minute. Was it last week? Yeah, last week I think it was. For Gary Spring, I played his 19th release for Sid Nathan's King record label called Loving Machine. Tommy requested his 17th release on the King record label. Now, this was an R&B hit for him. This was number 6 on the Billboard R&B chart. Okay, a tune written by Hank Penny, Ruth Hall. The song was first done by Hank Penny back in 1949 for Sid Nathan's King label. Let's give a listen to this rendition by Wynonie Harris. Wynonie Harris from July 1951 on King. It's called Bloodshot Eyes, which is what Johnny G's got. Bloodshot Eyes going out to Tommy Albergo in our YouTube chat room. Here you go, Tommy, for you.
Now just because you're pretty and you think you're mighty wise, you tell me that you love me, then you roll those big brown eyes. When I saw you last week, your eyes were turning black. Go find the guy that beat you up, ask him to take you back. Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me. I can tell you've been out on a spree. It's plain that you're lying when you say that you've been crying. Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me. Now I used to spend my money to make you look real sweet. I wanted to be proud of you when we walk down the street. Now don't ask me to dress you up in satin and in silk. Your eyes look like 2 cherries in a glass of buttermilk. Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me. I can tell that you've been out on a spree. It's plain that you're lying when you say that you've been crying. Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me. Now I guess our little romance has finally simmered down. You should join a circus. You'd make a real good clown. Your eyes look like a road map. I'm scared to smell your breath. You'd better shut your peepers before you bleed to death. Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me. I can tell you've been out on a spree. It's plain that you're lying when you say that you've been crying. Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me.
Yeah, I guess we can say, who was I talking to? Larry Neal, not Lenny, Larry Neal. We're talking about novelty tunes. Well, I consider that a novelty tune, but that is a cool dancing tune there going out to Tommy Albergo in our YouTube chat room. The sound of Wynonie Harris, July 1951 release. Excuse me, on Sid Nathan's King record label. Bloodshot Eyes is the name of the tune. Johnny G's eye. I got to go to the eye doctor to get my, Charlene was like, Johnny, you can read off the screen. I said, I can't see it. So I got to get my cataracts removed. I have to talk to them, but I'm due for an eye exam. I'm due for a lot of things. But anyway, trying to read this, and the lighting isn't that great here. I got to experiment a little bit. But anyway, I hope you're digging on the tunes. If you are new to this program, just finding out about it, please consider subscribing to JohnnyG's Vinyltreasure Show. You have to be signed in to YouTube, though. Anybody can watch the program, okay? But in order to participate in chat, you have to create a log. You got to log into YouTube and be logged in, and then you can give thumbs up. You can make comments. You can send me requests. You don't have to be logged into YouTube, but you can do that anytime. But anyway, let us fill a request for listener Karen Efron in our YouTube chat. I'm going to say, Karen, I enjoyed your guest spot on Doowop Dave on WRVD, and that was a pretty cool guest spot. And you kind of gave me some ideas to play some female lead with male backing here on the program. So I did think about that with my bonus tracks, but did a fantastic job. And you're going to be on again tomorrow on WRDV.org tomorrow, beginning at 4 p.m., 4 to 6:30, I think you told me, with Evan Blatt on Evan's show. I don't know the name of your show, Evan. He's in the chat room there, but should be an interesting show. She mentioned she's going to have some collectors that she knows in the show there. But I want to thank you, Karen, for plugging Johnny G and also Doowop Dave. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And you should listen to Doowop Dave on Saturdays on WRDV, and also his son Evan will be on Sundays on the same station. But tune in tomorrow 4 to 6:30 to listen to Karen. And Karen makes some requests, okay, here on the program, and this is one of her requests. Okay, this great group from Baltimore, Maryland, that I always feature here on the program. This is their third release for the Atlantic record label. This was a hit for them too. This was number 6 on the R&B chart for them, and it features Ernie Warren on lead. Let me see. The first to record this tune was Johnny Hartman in 1951 for RCA Records, but the most, I guess, remembered version of this song is the one that K-Star did on the Capitol record label. But so many other groups recorded this song. The Four Flames on Specialty, Dinah Washington recorded this for Mercury, Laverne Baker on Atlantic. But let's give a listen to this rendition from January 1952, going out to Karen Efron in our YouTube chat room. Here are the Cardinals with their rendition of the tune, The Wheel of Fortune. Here you go, Karen, for you, the Cardinals, Ernie Warren, the Cardinals.
The wheel of fortune goes spinning around. Will the arrow point my way? Will this be the day? Oh, wheel of fortune, please don't pass me by. Let me know the magic of a kiss and a sigh, while the wheel is spinning, spinning, spinning. I'll not dream of winning fortune or fame, while the wheel is turning, turning, turning. I'll be ever yearning for love's precious flame. Oh, wheel of fortune, I'm hoping somehow, if you'll ever smile on me, please
spinning, spinning, spinning. I'll not dream of winning fortune or fame while the wheel is turning, turning, turning. I'll be ever yearning for love's precious flame, a wheel of fortune. I'm hoping somehow if you'll ever smile on me, please let it be now.
Yeah, that's the great sound of Ernie Warren and the Cardinals there. Their third release for the Atlantic record label. They're going out to listener Karen Efron in our YouTube chat room, January 1952. Their rendition of the tune, The Wheel of Fortune. I don't like to bet on the Wheel of Fortune. I never liked the roulette wheel. I was talking to somebody. Who was I talking? When I went shopping. I was talking to the. Well, he was he was a cashier. He's an older guy there. He's working. So he told me that he's going on a cruise to Greece, I think, or whatever the stops were. I said, "You're going on a cruise to Greece? That must be expensive." He says, "No." He says, "I won it gambling." I says, "Gambling?" I said, "You're gambling? What are you gambling on?" He says, "I love to play craps." I said, "Oh, gosh." I said, that's the one thing that I didn't like to play craps. I tell you, I didn't know how to play it until when I worked for some of my companies. We used to have these worldwide meetings. So one of the times we went to Puerto Rico. So you're able to gamble in Puerto Rico. So, one time after dinner, we went to the gambling parlor there. Of course, we lost all our money playing playing blackjack. So then they said, "Well, did you ever play craps?" I'm like, "No. I mean, what are we going to do with I don't understand what we're doing here." So anyway, my brother likes to play Texas Hold'em. I think he just plays, though, blackjack now when he goes. I haven't been there in a long listen, I haven't gambled in a long, long time. I'm buying records instead. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let us continue here. We move into 1953 now. We fill a request for listener Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat. Let's go to Sid Nathan's Federal record label now. We heard the King label. We didn't hear Deluxe yet. I don't think I have any on Deluxe, but here's one on Federal. Okay, this is the group's 12th release for the Federal record label, and it features the great Jackie Wilson on lead from June of 1953 for Big Dave Swinger. Here is Billy Ward and his Dominoes, and the song is called You Can't Keep a Good Man Down. Jackie Wilson is on the lead. This is for Big Dave. Here you go, Big Dave. For you, the Dominoes.
Oh, you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good man down. You can beat him, mistreat him till he falls to the ground. No, you can't keep a good man down. Oh, yeah, you know you did me wrong. Did me wrong. Oh, yeah, you know you keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good man down.
Yeah, early Jackie Wilson here on the Vinyltreasure show. He was a member of the Dominoes as well as Clyde McPhatter. I think he probably left by this time. When did this come out? This came out in June of '53. I think he already left. He kind of replaced Clyde McPhatter as the lead singer of the Dominoes. June '53, going out to listener Big Dave Swinger. You Can't Keep a Good Man Down is the name of the tune written by Billy Ward and Rose Marks. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure show. I forgot to tell you, the biggest block tonight is the 1956 block. That is the biggest block that I'm featuring tonight, but we got still a couple more in the year 1953. Let's fill a request for listener James Stone in our YouTube chat room. And you all know this group from the Morrisania section of the Bronx, of course, recorded for Joe Davis and his labels, okay? This is their very first release, and I think this was actually... Is this the first release on JD Records? I think number 777. I think so. And the true original press of this has to be on the pink JD record label. I think this comes on yellow too, if I'm not mistaken. And this is, no, I'm sorry. This is their third of six. I'm sorry here. Hold on a second. Yeah. I'm sorry, 777 is the first release on the label. This is their third of six. I'm sorry. Why do we have that there, Charlene? I don't know. Anyway, this came out in December of 1953. I'm talking about the Crickets. It features Dean Barlow on lead. Dean Barlow and the Crickets on the JD record label, going out to James Stone in our YouTube chat room. The song is called Changing Partners. Here you go, James, for you, the Crickets.
We were waltzing together to a dreamy melody when they called out, change partners, and you waltz away from me. Now my arms are so empty as I gaze around the floor, and I'll keep on changing partners till I hold you once more. Though we danced for one moment, and too soon we had to part. In that wonderful moment, something happened to my heart. So I'll keep changing partners till you're in my arms again. Oh, my darling, I will never change partners again. We danced for one moment, and too soon we had to part. In that wonderful moment, something happened to my heart. So I keep changing partners till you're in my arms again. Oh, my darling, I will never change partners again.
That's Dean Barlow and the Crickets on Joe Davis's JD record label, their third of six on the JD label, December 1953. Song entitled Changing Partners. I have that on a nice 78, too. But although that 45 does not play bad, really, I thought I might have to use a 78 needle on that, but I don't. Plays pretty nice the way it is. Anyway, that's a pink one. That's the true first press of that 45. One more from the year 1953. This is actually a flip side request. Last week I featured a Johnny Ace on the Duke label, his third of 10 vocal by him called The Clock for Adonia. And who was it? It was James Brown. James Brown was in our chat room last Saturday, and he asked me to flip it. I told him I would do it the following week. So we're going to flip it for James Brown. Now, this is not a vocal. This is a instrumental. I think he's playing piano. I think Johnny Ace was a piano player, and he wrote this song, too. It's actually a cool... Probably could have opened the show with this, but I'm not bashful to play instrumentals during the program here. I got to do it on my soul show, which is Wednesdays. But this one from June 53, this is the B-side to The Clock. It's written by Johnny Ace. It's for James Brown. And listen, hey, we're going to... You want to be a gambler? Well, we're going to say Aces Wild. It's going out to James Brown. The Johnny Ace Band, we'll call it, and his band. It's an instrumental. Here you go, James, for you. Yeah, sounds of 1953 here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Those of you shouting out requests in the chat room, I'll mark it down here. You know, you're not going to hear anything on this show past 1957. If you want to listen to songs past 1957, tune in tomorrow evening beginning at 9 p.m. right here on YouTube. So somebody asked for a great tune by the Pastels. Been so long, great records. But if Charlene remembers, we'll put it in, because usually I don't take requests in the chat room there, and I might be actually full. I don't know how, maybe the slots are all full, I think. We'll see. But anyway, so that's a record from 1958. So you can't just shout out records in the chat room because I can't do it. Okay, it's too difficult for me. I play real records. It's not a drop and drag thing here. But anyway, there you go. An instrumental there going out to listener James Brown, June 1953. That's the flip side of Johnny Ace's The Clock. He's playing piano on there. Cool, mellow sax, too, on that. Aces Wild is the name of the tune on Don Robey's Duke record label. Let us continue here. Here is a bonus track. This is caused by you, Karen Efron. Okay, I was looking in a box and I said, well, wait a minute here. I don't think I've played this record on the program before. So Karen Efron prompted me to pick this bonus track here. I like this record. This group from Newark, New Jersey, they were named after the Piccadilly Club. Where's the Piccadilly Club? Anyway, the lead singer, her name is Gertrude Melba Smith, and she was born in New Orleans, and she sang and recorded with this group in 1942, first on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. Now, she was named, she was called Bonnie Davis, okay? And she was called the Oomph Girl? What does that mean? What is the meaning of that? Okay, let me see. First recorded for, Keystone and Columbia in 1950, Coral in 1951. This is on the Groove record label. Here you go. And I think I featured her. The only time I ever played her was one of her releases on the Melmar label. I've never played this before. Okay, it's a song that she co-wrote. This is from August of 1954. Let's give a listen to Bonnie Davis and the Piccadilly Pipers on the Groove label. It's called Since You've Been Gone, a bonus pick by Johnny G. Here you go. That's it. Since You've Been Gone. Here you go.
I just can't keep from crying. Just can't stop teardrops from my eyes. My love for you makes me so blue since you're gone. Never to have your sweet caresses, never to hear those tender sighs. It's all so sad. I feel so bad since you're gone. At night I wake up, I reach for your hand. I find you're not there. I just can't understand. My life is so empty, so bleak and so bare. To think that you could love me, but now you don't care. Darling, come back. You won't be sorry. Just put the sun back into the skies. My love for you makes me so blue since you're gone. At night I wake up, I reach for your hand. I find you're not there. I just can't understand. My life is so empty, so bleak and so bare. To think that you could love me, but now you don't care. Darling, come back. You won't be sorry. Just put the sun back into the sky.
There's a bonus track here on the Vinyltreasure Show. So tell me, well, first of all, we got a couple things here that Johnny G learned. Number one, I didn't know, Frank Chingaro mentioned it in the chat room that Bonnie Davis was Melba Moore's mother. I didn't know that. That is a truth. And I didn't check. Not that I did check to see if this came out on the Melmar label. Did it come out on a 45? I don't know. I should have checked Ferdy Gonzalez. I didn't. I just looked that they only had one groove release there, and this is the one that I had in the box. So I didn't really. It was like last-minute ad. Karen Efron had me looking for certain things. But anyway, there you go. That's a bonus track there from August 1954. Bonnie Davis and the Piccadilly Pipers. Since You've Been Gone is the name of the tune on the Groove record label. Johnny G getting in the groove here on a Saturday evening. If you are new to the program, I hope you would consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Keeps the AI copyright police away. It's very hard to do a music show because of the content. Okay, so YouTube sometimes gets a little bit antsy, but since I have so many subscribers, they don't allow me to monetize the video, only the live performance until I get the first copyright notification. Then that's it. They do some kind of calculation, but it's not a lot, believe me. So it's a labor of love for your host, Johnny G. Let us continue here, and let's fill a request for David Vielma in our YouTube chat as we go to Washington, D.C. now for this great group. And this is actually the group's debut single on Bobby Robinson's Red Robin record label. And let's see. This one released in November of 1954, and it features Ronald Miles. Wait a minute. This is a back and forth here. Tell me does anybody know what this means? STIC. Because I asked Charlene, I said, what is this in the write-up? And I must have wrote this. It says, featuring interchanging lead singers called Strictomythia. Is that what it's called? STICHOMYTHIA. Anybody ever heard of that term? Tell me about it. But anyway, let's see. It says here, Ronald Miles starts off the vocalization, and it does all the subsequent refrains while John Berry sings the main lyric on the song. Okay, anyway. So there you go, November 1954, going out to David Vielma in our YouTube chat. I should have got my fire release to see if the fire release was the same track of this. But here are the Rainbows on the Red Robin label, and their tune called Mary Lee. Here you go, David Vielma, for you. The Rainbows, not the Robins. I got that on my mind from Hurt Me. These are the Rainbows.
I want you to
Okay, folks, a couple things here. I just noticed one thing. Charlene, you got the wrong title on the Bonnie Davis thing. The title I played "Since You're Gone," not "Since You've Been Gone." So maybe there's a difference in that, because she might have copied that off of because I told her last minute. I said, Charlene, go copy the Melmar write-up that I did and just change it. But she did not change the title there. Since You're Gone is the name of the tune. The flip is How Could You on the record. So that is a mistake. I just noticed it. Making some mistakes lately here. Johnny G messing up. But anyway, there you go. That's a great sound of the rainbows there going out to David Vielma in our YouTube chat room. You know, the first time I found that record, I was like so excited. I was up at at a flea market in Stormville, New York. It was this big flea market in the airport. So this guy had, I mean, they were not in the greatest shape. They were $1 a piece, and he had label damage and whatnot. But listen, for $1, you can't go wrong. I think I still have it in the collection. I'll never play it. I got to get rid of it. Probably got to get, if anybody needs a copy of Mary Lee, it's VG at best. Plays okay. But Spence sold me this copy, November 1954, on the Red Robin label, going out to David Vielma. Mary Lee is the name of the tune. I still don't know what the write-up is here. Anyway, let us continue here. Let's fill a request now for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. As, let's see, this group included William Davis baritone, a Gerald Hamilton bass, Mark Jackson tenor, Harold Major tenor, and lead singer on with this group is Daniel Sonny Norton. Collectively, they were known as the Crows. They had 6 releases on George Goldner's Rama record label. Now, Gordy requested their 4th release. Now, this was recorded February 10th. Of 1954, and Goldner released it that April 1954. This is with the Ray Barrow Orchestra. Here are the Crows on Rama, and the song is called Untrue, and this is going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Here you go, the Crows.
Treat my boy this way.
Yeah, they like that. They like that one there in the YouTube chat room. That's a great sound of the Crows there. And the Crows from April 1954. And I cannot see with my eyes here. Daniel Sonny Norton on lead there on George Goldner's Rama Records. Untrue is the name of the tune. And the tune written by the baritone of the group, William Davis, and also George Goldner gets writer credits. All the writers said, listen, I own the label, I get to put my name on. Although he probably did help in the recording session. Don't get me wrong, Goldner was really a master, okay, when it came to, I guess, teenage records, at least in the R&B field, for sure. But anyway, there you go. Let's continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. So many nice people have discovered this show. I want to welcome all the new listeners to the program here. And this is our second show of the week. And I'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. only here on YouTube. We're live on oldiesandmoreradio.com too. The stream is there. Usually when I get shut down, some of my listeners go into that chat room and listen on the stream. But usually with this show, the AI copyright police, they don't identify a lot of these records right away. They don't. They're definitely not going to identify this one, as this next record could probably qualify as a collector corner record, because this is not an easy record to find on a 45, but it's a request for listener James Pomerico. Now, I think what prompted James to request this record, as was the last record we played, which was the Master Tones, okay, as he was comparing that to the sort of cover that the Channels did of What Do You Do? Well, this is similar, because was it last week that Daniel Kubacki requested the Penguins? Okay, I played I Ain't Gonna Cry No More. Remember I played that song? Well, I guess this prompted James Pomerico, and very, very clever of you, James, to do that. And also, this could be a collector's record. I'm just going to say it's hard. Okay, this group out of Detroit. This is on Jack Lauderdale's Swing Time record label. Okay, and let's see. The group is called the Serenaders. The Serenaders were from Detroit. This features Norman Thrasher is the lead singer on this. And, of course, they have so many rare 45s, like on JVB and Coral and Red Robin and Deluxe. All very hard to find. I have those. Okay, I don't have the Coral release, though. Somebody requested that. I don't even have that on a 78. But I have the Red Robin, and I do have I don't think I have the JVB. I think it's 78 only, possibly. But anyway, let's go to January 1954 by request for James Pomerico. Here are the Serenaders. Of course, that would evolve into the Royal Jokers later on. But here they are on Swing Time Records, the Serenaders. It's called Ain't Gonna Cry No More for James Pomerico. Here you go, James, for you.
No, 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 ain't gonna cry.
Yeah, that one there by request for listener James Pomerico. That's a rare 45, great bluesy side there by the Serenaders. Serenaders originally from Detroit, Michigan. And that one there featuring Norman Thrasher on lead for that one, January 1954. Ain't going to Cry No More is the name of the tune. That's on the Swing Time record label. That's a hard record. Maybell is a side that I'd sometimes play here on the program, but that is a Collector Corner record, as is this next record, which is kind of like a bonus track. I probably should call this the Collector Corner record of the week also, as we go back to George Golner, this time not the Rama label, but the kind of like his the green and yellow G label, which is not that easy to find. It's hard to find the this style of G record label, okay? And this, let me see, pressed by Trojan Records, Inc., okay? The green and yellow G record label, of course, different from the black and red. We opened up, what was Tommy Albergo, you requested the Clef Tones, right? Not too long ago, You Baby You. That was the first one on the, a revitalized G record label, but it was red and black. But first it was yellow and green. Okay, and let's see. This is Bill Bass Gordon. Okay, Bill Bass Gordon is the, of course, he is the band leader on this. I think, let me see, he owned the Teenage record label with Ben Smith, I think. And let's see. The group is called the Colonials on this. Okay, this is the A side of the 45. It's called Jump Blues. Okay, the Colonials. I don't know anything else about the group. And it's from October of 1954. We'll call this a bonus track here. The Colonials on G. The song is called Bring My Baby Back. A bonus record from Johnny G. The Colonials on G. Here we go.
Well, it's my time to holler, my time to sing the blues. Yes, it's my time to holler, my time to sing the blues. My baby's gonna left me all alone. Yes, it's my time to holler, my time to sing the blues. Yes, it's my time to holler, my time to sing the blues. My baby's gonna left me all alone.
There you go. You like those jumpers, huh? Those blues jumpers. That's a bonus track from Johnny G. It's another rare 45. I should probably have left that as my. I have it in 56, the one that I said was going to be the Collector Corner record. But there you go, the Colonials. The Colonials on the G record label, October 1954. Bring my baby back. You know, I don't have. Somebody requested the Coins, which I do not have. That's one record. I thought I might have maybe seen it in Greg, somebody took it. Wasn't in Greg. I would have loved to have that Coins record on G. And if he had it. I know he had that other one. There's the one that the Crows back up, the single artists, I think, but that wasn't there either. Those are records I would have loved to have. I have the other one, Perfidia, and I have another one, I think. I forget what it is. But anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to this program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you want to get a request in, don't shout them out in the chat room. If you want to get a request in on this show, the Saturday show, do a little bit of research. Check to make sure the release date of the record. If it's before 1957, I'll get it on this show. If it's after, you're going to have to wait till Saturday. That's an easy way to tell you when your request is going to come in. But if you give me all early 50s, you'll know it'll always be on the Saturday show. But let us continue here. But please give me a thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing too, because YouTube likes all the action that Johnny G gets here. Let us fill a request now for Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room. As we go back to the Groove record label, it was a subsidiary of RCA Records, and this is a duet here. They are Sue Allen and Oscar Black, and supposedly people say, I really don't know if there's confirmation, I don't know, maybe Frank Gingaro, you know, are the Five Keys backing them up on this release? I don't know. It sure sounds like them, though, if you listen closely. Okay, could be the Five Keys. Anyway, not to mention, really, Groove number 0031, I think that was scheduled to come out, was the Five Keys. Okay, supposed to be I'll Follow You, backed with Lordy Miss Mary. And this is Groove number 0037. Well, actually, I really should have looked at the matrix numbers, but I looked at the record numbers. But anyway, from September 1954, going out to Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room, here are Sue Allen and Oscar Black and a group, and the song is called Don't Leave Me Here to Cry. Here you go, Bill, for you. like that one there in the YouTube chat room. Boy, you listeners picking some nice requests out of Johnny G's collection there. Sue Allen, excuse me, with this allergies, with this pollen. Sue Allen and Oscar Black, and I don't know, maybe the Five Keys, possibly. In September 1954, on the Groove record label, Don't Leave Me Here to Cry is the name of the tune. Johnny G here, not leaving you to cry, not yet. But we're going to stop in 1957, pick it up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the 1958. So I think it was Mike Sape wanted to know when I was going to play his request. His request is 1961. So probably two. Listen, you're welcome to listen to both programs if you like. Sometimes you can't. You might have something to do. You can always listen on the archive. Let us continue here. Let's fill a request now for Edmund Williams as we move into 1955 now. And you all know this group out of Harlem, New York. Okay, recording for Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. And the group was formed by Earl Carroll. And they were known as, first I think as the Carnations. Okay, but then they would change their name to the Cadillacs. They were managed by Esther Navarro. Actually, she was the one I think that recommended the name change. And they decided to name themselves after a luxury General Motors car called the Cadillac. You know, I migrated from a Oldsmobile. Well, I had a 1971 Chevy Impala. So I moved from the Chevy Impala to the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. And then from the Cutlass Supreme, I went to the Park Avenue. And then as I started to make more money, I went from the Park Avenue to the Cadillac. I had a DTS. I bought two of them. I had two DTS Cadillacs. And then I went all the way down to a Honda. It's a lot different, but they were too expensive. But they had zero financing. So listen, it was like, what, $60,000 at zero financing? I'll take that loan any day of the week. But anyway, these are the Cadillacs here going out to listener Edmund Williams. This is their third release for the Josie label. And this is with Jesse Powell and the orchestra. Of course, Earl Carroll's on lead. And the first time I ever heard this record was like 1971 when Gus Gossard played this on the Gus Gossard Show, and I used to tune in on WPIX FM. From January 55 for Edmund Williams, the Cadillacs with No Chance. Here you go, Edmund, for you, the Cadillacs.
Shooby-dooby-doo-wop, doop-doo-wop, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, doop-doo-wop, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, doop-doo-wop, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, doop-doo-wop, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, doop-doo-wop, shoop.
Well, I couldn't be so good to you if you'd be good to me. I could be so good to you if you'd be good to me. But every time I'm good to you, you treat me miserably. You give me no chance, no chance, no chance, no.
Come on, give me one chance.
No chance, no chance, no chance, no.
Come on, give me one chance.
No chance, no chance, no chance, no. Well, you could have my everything if you just say the word. You could have my everything if you just say the word. But you're a little fickle thing, free as any bird. You give me no chance, no chance, no chance, no.
Come on, give me that chance.
No chance, no chance, no chance, no.
Come on, give me one chance.
No chance, no chance, no chance, no. put you down. But if you make a fool of me, I have to put you down. But you ain't never seen no fool till I start fooling round. I'll give you no chance, no chance, no chance, no.
Come on, give me one chance.
No chance, no chance, no chance, no.
No chance.
No chance, no chance, no chance, no.
That's Earl Carroll and the Cadillacs here on the Vinyltreasure Show, going out to listener Edmund Williams. And a song entitled No Chance, January 1955 release on the Josie record label. Now, the first 45 that my aunt purchased by the Cadillacs was a song called Down the Road. She had the 45. Of course, I broke her 45. I remember she yelled at me. She said, I can't get these records anymore. She didn't know where you could get them. I mean, listen, I don't think back... Well, I don't know. Maybe if you had some outlets there, I broke that record, it must have had to be, I was born in 58, so I had to be at least 3 years old to break it. So I had to be, because she used to leave her records in a box, and I would, flip them around, and I would break them. And so she was, listen, my nephew, when I was cleaning 45s up here, my nephew Joe, he's now in his 30s. Okay, so I was cleaning records up here with my spin clean machine, right? So we had to have dinner. So my mother told my nephew, go upstairs and tell Uncle Johnny to come down. We have to eat. So anyway, I went downstairs and I had a different setup here. So I was using the spin clean, and it's like a basin, okay, with these two little wheel things in it, and you kind of spin it. So anyway, when I would clean the records, I would then play them on my turntables. I would play the A and the B side, and then I would put it in a clean sleeve, and it would then get filed. So I would do a stack of them, and I was always behind listening. So they were like on the next table over. So I went downstairs, and he disappeared. Didn't know where he was. And so nobody knew where he was. So anyway, he came downstairs and everybody was eating. I came upstairs, so I went to get one of the records. I remember it was an Apollo Casanova's record, and the label is all wet. I said, oh, did I freak out? I went downstairs. I yelled at my sister. I said, are you going to give me $400 for this record? The fluid, evidently he ran in circles up here. Okay, and people who know Bill and Karen can tell you there's a little bit of room over here. So he was running around in circles and must have hit the table, and it kind of rocked. So it rocked the basin, and the water shot out and went on the records that I had stacked up that weren't sleeved. And I was not happy with that. I yelled at my sister. I said, you're going to pay me $400 for that record. I paid $400 for that 45. Not to get off the topic, but let us continue here. We are in the 1955 block. Let's do a B-side request for listener John Engstrom. So, John, you can complete your 45 collection with the flip side of this record, because last week I featured the Storm Trio on Connie Toole's Theron Records, which is out of Chicago. And this trio, they were originally from Roxbury, Massachusetts. They were Bob and Fran Tyler and Dave Matabas. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But we played Cause You're My Lover was the side we played. I think that was the intended A side of the record. John wanted to hear the B side, which I think it's an okay record for me. Anyway, it features Fran Tyler on lead. This came out in March of 1955. Let's give a listen to the Storm Trio. Storm Trio on Theron for John Engstrom. It's called You're Mine Again. Here you go, John, for you, the Storm Trio.
Since you have gone, I'm lonely. keeping my grief within, till you come back and tell me you're mine again.
As I recall, my heart still stands. I can't recapture all the thrill.
That once was mine and yours to share. Now that's left is just despair. I'll wait for you forever, keeping my grief within, till you come back and tell me you're mine again.
Okay, John Engstrom, there you go. You can complete your 45 collection of the Storm Trio there. That's Fran Tyler on lead. I have two other records by them. I think one on Keith. I think the same one came out on Jubilee, if I'm not mistaken. March 1955, the Storm Trio on the Theron label. Song entitled You're Mine Again. Johnny G has you here. You're mine again. Let us continue here. 1955, this group from Baltimore, Maryland return. You heard them earlier. Karen Ephron requested the Wheel of Fortune they did. But here they are. Actually, this both sides of this 45 are cover tunes. And this is a 45 my Ann had. This isn't her copy. Her copy was broken a long time ago by you-know-who. But this is the group's 8th release. And the A side of this was they were doing the Wrens' Come Back My Love. Now, the flip side is what Daniel Kubacki requested, okay, and song first done earlier in 1955 by The Voices, did it on the Cash label. But let's give a listen to this rendition from June of 1955. The Cardinals. The Cardinals return on the Atlantic label for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room, their rendition of the tune Two Things I Love. Here you go, Daniel, for you, The Cardinals.
Two things I love. Two things I love. Two things I love. Two things I love, but never see. As I wander from place to place,
loveliness, my dear. And your loveliness, my dear. And your loveliness, my dear.
Yeah, B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for a Saturday evening. That one there going out to Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. That's the B-side to Come Back My Love, as done by the Cardinals. That side called Two Things I Love from June of 1955 on the Atlantic record label for Daniel Kubacki. Can you name two things that you love? I love record collecting, and number two would be, well, I don't know, my mother's Italian food. That would be maybe my top two things that I like. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. How about another bonus track from Johnny G? You know, actually, it was the late George Doowop Tompkins that turned me on to this next 45, as we are in the 1955 block. And his name is Tommy Lampkin. Lampkin. And there's a vocal group backing him up on this. They were known as the Kids, who also recorded for this Imperial record label. This is on the Imperial label. And the Kids also recorded as the Pelicans also, okay? But this tune written by the lead singer, his name Tommy Lampkin. Here's a bonus hit, or bonus track here for a Saturday from August 55. Tommy Lampkin and the uncredited Kids on the Imperial label. It's called Lover's Plea, a bonus track. Here you go, folks.
I need your love, for it's a love that's true. I know my life is complete when my arms enfold you. My love is a flame that's never cold, a love that's always new to me, a love that never grows old, never grows old. My darling, my darling, I swear by the stars above, my heart belongs to you, for I need your love. I found a dream, the dream of finding you, the dream of loving you. At last my dream has come true. Dream has come true.
Yeah, bonus tracks here on a Saturday evening. That one there on the Imperial record label, Lou Chudd's Imperial Records. Tommy Lampkin's his name, being backed up. The uncredited Kids backing him up. What they recorded for Post, too, right? I think. Imperial and Post, maybe. August 1955, Lover's Plea is the name of the tune. Johnny G's Plea is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is the best thing. And give Johnny G a thumbs up on the video. And also, you can hit that drop down to receive all notifications when Johnny G goes live. Wanted to say here, hold on a second. Do I have... Bill Obe is going to be my in-studio guest here. I wonder if I have the record for tomorrow. I have because tomorrow I have Bill's request for tomorrow, but I wanted to mention on this show also that Bill Obe will be here on Thursday. I have to clean up a little bit for you, Bill, before you get here. I got to get these record boxes out of here. But Bill Obe will be here on Thursday beginning at 1 p.m. And hold on, here we go. Is this it? No, I have a write-up, but he will be here with his first appearance here on the Vinyltreasure show. Here we go. This got to be it. No, this is not it. No, I'll find it, folks. Let me find my sheet here, then we'll talk about it a little bit more. Bill's request is for tomorrow, but I think in the 1959 block. But Bill will be my in-studio guest on this coming Thursday. I have the promo up on YouTube. It'll be at 1 p.m., 1 p.m. till 4, and I got to get it all set up here for Bill, so we'll be working on that in the next couple days. But we'll talk about it in a bit. But let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure show. Fill a request now for listener Timothy. And as this group originated from the Red Hook section of Brooklyn, first forming back in 1949. Actually, they were a trio back then. Tommy Romano, Tommy Gilberto, and accordionist Phil Benty. They were known as the Three Chuckles then. But in 1953, Benty would leave the group, and it was replaced by 15-year-old Teddy Randazzo, who became the lead singer for the trio. And you may know their debut single, which I have featured here on the program, a song called Runaround. First came out on the Boulevard record label, then X Records, a subsidiary of RCA, put it out for national distribution. But this is their follow-up. Okay, this is their follow-up to Runaround from January of 1955. It features Teddy Randazzo on lead. Here are the Three Chuckles. The Three Chuckles going out to listener Timothy on X Records. The song is called Foolishly. Here you go, Timothy, for you. The Three Chuckles.
Foolishly, we played it foolishly, do. Why don't you tell me straight from the heart? What is the reason you and I are apart? I know you've left me for somebody new. Will he love you with heart that's true? If you should ever wake up and learn, my empty arms, dear, will await your return. The spark you've left me will burst into flame. We played a foolish game. Still love you, darling. Am I wrong? Will you return to? Will you belong? I've never loved you as I do now. Since you are gone, dear, I've learned somehow that this love, darling, was never to be. We played it foolishly. Still love you, darling. Am I wrong? Will you return? Will you belong? I've never loved you as I do now. Since you are gone, dear, I've learned somehow that this love, darling, was never to be. We played it foolishly.
you go. That one there going out to listener Timothy in our YouTube chat room. That is that's the sound of the Three Chuckles with Teddy Randazzo on lead. Did Teddy Randazzo play in those Alan Freed movies too? I think he did. Wasn't it him? Or am I getting mixed up with Sereno and the Bow Ties? Am I getting my lead singers mixed up? Maybe I am. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. That one there going out to he is in two of them. Thank you, Big Dave, for that. I knew it. I knew Teddy Randazzo was in one of the movies. Is she the one? Who's the blonde that he was walking and singing to? I think that was her. What was her name? Who was a blonde that was in that first movie there? Somebody highlight that. Rock, I'm Mr. Anyway, I'm getting my movies mixed up. There you go. The Three Chuckles there, January 1955, their second release on the X label, a song called Foolishly is the name of the tune. Johnny G is your Saturday night disc jockey. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. We're going to pick up from 1958. So if you were listening to music in 1958 as a teenager, you want to tune in tomorrow. Maybe some of these earlier sides, you were a little bit too young, and you were see, my Aunt Mary graduated in 1961, so she was listening to all these records. Her first record that she bought was Earth Angel in 1954 on the Dutone record label. But anyway, let us continue here. Let's fill a suggestion for listener Larry Neal in our YouTube chat. Now, Larry, you correct me. Do you have this on an original 45, or did you tell me that you had this on a compilation LP? Okay, but anyway, let's see. Well, the interesting thing about this group is that they recorded initially for some of those budget labels, you know, like the Promenade label or Big 4 Hits or EP 4 Hits, those labels that would have the hits of the day. Well, not by the original artists, okay? They were covers as done by local artists or groups. Well, if you see the names like, look at your, sometimes they don't even tell you who's singing. But if you see the names like the Rockets or the Teeners or the Four Blades or the Four Angels, in reality, they are this group from Brooklyn, New York. Okay, and this is on Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. They were called the Limelighters when they had this release from May of 1956. It features Sammy Fain. He is the lead singer, and he also wrote the tune. Here are the Limelighters going out to Larry Neal in our YouTube chat room on Josie Records. It's called Cabin Hideaway. Here you go, Larry, for you, the Limelighters.
Carry me away, oh, carry me away, carry me away, carry me away, carry me away, to Cabin's Hideaway. I woke up this morning just in time to see my pretty mama leave at night, walking out on me. I heard her say as she made her way to Cabin's Hideaway. I looked beneath my pillow, where my car keys were. My car keys gone, my money's gone. That Cabin's far away. She's gone away to stay. That Cabin's high. If you see my mama woman, bring her back to me. Never mind the money, cause that money don't blow me. Get away, leave that say that Karen's hideaway. Carry me away, carry me away, carry me away, carry me away, carry me away to your Karen's hideaway.
Yes, whoops. My, hold on a second, folks. My stream conked out on me there. I don't know why that so there must have been a dropout, folks, on that. Okay? And hold on a second. I got to go back in. That, you know, I don't know what causes it. I was doing well without the dropouts, but there was a dropout there as we connect back. Now I'm back on Oldies and More. But anyway, so I don't know why it does that. I mean, I thought I had it corrected, but maybe not. But there you go. That is the Limelighters there. The Limelighters out of Brooklyn, New York on the Jerry Blaine's Josie Records from May of 1956. We'll send that one out to Larry Neal. Cabin Hideaway is the name of the tune. Sammy Fain on lead. The Flip's a nice ballad, too, on that 45. We continue here. We are in the 1956 block. Let's fill a request for listener Amy King in our YouTube chat room. Amy King is my chat moderator, so you better behave yourself. And this is actually a flip side from last week. We featured this singer from Dunleith, Mississippi on his ninth release on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. The song was called You Got Me Dizzy, which my father says all the time, I said. But Amy also requested the flip side here. And from November, of 1956, here is Mr. Jimmy Reed. Jimmy Reed on the VJ label, going out to Amy King in our YouTube chat room. It's called Honey, Don't Let Me Go. Here you go, Amy, for you, Mr. Jimmy Reed.
You're high and lonesome. I believe you want to roll and Brahma. Before you do something smart, let's go booking in the dark. You got me, you know. Honey, don't you let me go. I told you once before, you don't know how to go. Before you do something smart, let's go booking in the dark. You got me, you know. Honey, don't you let me go. Baby, ain't that loving you, baby? Honey, for you getting the speed, let's go rockin' with the reed. You got me, you know. Honey, honey, don't you let me go.
Yeah, we got the blues here on the Vinyltreasure show. There you go. That one there going out to listener Amy King in our excuse me, in our YouTube chat room. Mr. Jimmy Reed, November 1956 release there on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. That is Honey Don't Let Me Go. Prior to that, or I should say last week, we heard the other side. You Got Me Dizzy, his ninth release for the VJ record label. I told you 1956 was our biggest block. Let's do another flip side from last week as I featured for James Stone, this great group out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the Counts, and we played, I think it was it their last release, I think, on the Dot record label, a song called To Our Love, and listener Mike Pareto, Mike Pareto requested the flip side here. So, Mike, well, you're not the only one that I cost people money to go out and buy records, you know, that they hear on the program here. Just as long as you don't spend a lot of money on the records. You know, I was looking at I got some I bought some magazines from Butch Ford in Hawaii. I didn't want him to throw them out, but they were like the Bim Bam Booms and a whole bunch of those magazines there. And there was an article in there. I'm going to find it and I'm going to read it. That Ronnie I wrote about, he was trying to make the case about collectors not being able to afford to spend money on original 45s, and therefore they should buy reproductions. Of course, because when I first went to Clifton Music, and I walked in and I saw the 45s, he had them kind of locked up with these poles. They were all reproductions. So I said to Ronnie, Ronnie, you got any originals here? He goes, yeah, I got originals over here. So I didn't see any on the wall, but he took out a box and he was reading them to me. But I guess he wrote this sometime in the 1970s, and he said it was the future of keeping this music alive. And for a lot of people, it's not that easy to, he was talking about, you got a family, you can't afford to spend $500 on a 45, and he's right. If you do have obligations, you just can't spend this crazy money that lots of people want to own these records. So the prices, well, that's another discussion on who kind of, because the records used to be for $3 and $4 in Times Square Records. Maybe they were some of the red waxes were selling at the time for $20 or $15. And I guess those were a lot of money in the early 1960s. So don't get me wrong. But if you look at Val's old catalog, everything in there just about is $1. So that would have been great for me to buy all those records for $1. But I'll read it. I'll have to find it. But anyway, so not to pick on Mike, but he asked for the flip side of that To Our Love. This is on Randy Wood's Dot record label. This was their 8th and final release for the label. Chester Brown, he was a lead singer. I think he did lead on maybe all except one or two, I think, but it's from January 1956. Here are the Counts on Dot. The song is called Heartbreaker, and this is for Mike Pareto. Here you go, Mike, for you. Okay, hold on a second, folks. I want to check something here because that's not Chester on lead for that one. Let me see. All leads are by Chester Brown except Wailin' Little Mama. Well, I guess it says all leads are by Chester Brown except Wailin' Little Mama, Love and Understanding, and Sally Walker, which are led by Bobby Young. So I guess Chester Brown is doing lead on that. Just didn't sound like him on the flip side of like To Our Love. But there you go. That one there going out to Mike Pareto, January 56. That's the last release on the Randy Woods Dot record label for The Counts. The Counts on Dot with a song entitled Heartbreaker is the name of the tune. Johnny G ain't no heartbreaker, I can tell you that much, but let us continue here. Let's fill a request now for listener Frank and Jerry Gingaro in our YouTube chat as we go to Queens, New York, of course, for this great group. And first recording for the Network record label. I remember I can tell the originals on the Networks because that record was second pressed, I think. But after... they were called the Heartbeats Quintet, but then when they signed with B. Caslin's Hull label, they just were known as the Heartbeats. And this is their second release on the Hull record label. This was their follow-up to the tune called Crazy for You, this tune written by the lead singer, of course, James Shepard. And I'm not happy with the condition on this. I went to look in my boxes to see if I had a better, and I had a chance to upgrade this, and I neglected to do it, so I'm not happy about it. But this is the best one that I could find in the boxes that I had, but I'm not happy with this. But it plays okay, just okay for Johnny G. February 1956, going out to Frank and Jerry Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. The great sound of the Heartbeats on Hull Records. It's called Darling, How Long? Here you go, Frank and Jerry, the Heartbeats.
How long must I wait? How long must I pray? I need your love, I need your heart. How long, darling, how long? How long will it last? How far from the past? I need your love, I need your heart. How long, darling, how long?
How long will it last? How far will it pass? Darling, darling, I need you. Oh, I pray. How long will it last? How far will it pass? Darling, darling, I found you at last.
How long will it last? How far from the past? I need your love, I need your heart. How long, darling, how long?
There you go. That's the great sound of James Shepard and the Heartbeats there on B. Castlin's Hull Records. That's their second release. That's the follow-up to Crazy for You, song entitled Darling How Long, came out in February of 1956 on the Hull record label. I used to see this record a lot on 78 locally here when I used to go to all the garage sales. That one they're going out to a Frank and Jerry Gingaro, and Frank will be on. Frank and his partner Gordon Skagberg will be hosting the Rhythm and Blues Serenade tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Frank will have the second hour, okay, at 4 o'clock. Okay, on you can tune in on WRHU FM 88.7 on your dial and live on the internet on WRHU.org. So tune in. They play this type of music, and we need to support all the shows that play original vinyl, mostly, I say. We do. And you can tune into that program. Listen to Gordon and Frank tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. 3 to 6, I think, Frank, you put in there. So that'll be cool. I always do. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Fill a request now for Steve in Arizona. This is a flip side request from last week. Okay, we featured Young Jesse. Young Jesse, his fourth release on the Modern record label. Last week we played Hit, Get, and Split. That's what I try to do when I go shopping for groceries, but it never works out that way. I'm there for like 3 hours, but I became a good shopper, I will say that. Okay, my mother's teaching me well. But let's play the flip side here for Steve also. His real name, Obi-D Jesse, but he recorded as Young Jesse. He was in a number of vocal groups also. But this is from September 1956 on Modern Records for Steve in Arizona. Let's give a listen to Young Jesse. It's called Don't Happen No More. Here you go, Steve, for you, Young Jesse. It's off center.
There used to be a time when man was a king. To work for a man was a woman's only dream. Everything he did was perfectly all right. He never had to worry about a fuss and a fight, and don't happen no more. That was long time ago. It's a pitiful shame how the world has changed. There used to be a time when a woman wouldn't smoke. There used to be a time when a woman couldn't vote. She used to stay at home while a man went out to play. She was satisfied with life any old way. It don't happen no more. That was long time ago. It's a pitiful shame how the world has changed. There used to be a time when a woman could cook. There used to be a time she didn't worry about her looks. She used to sip on sassy brass, didn't even drink. She didn't try to tell her man how to think, and don't happen no more. That was long time ago. It's a pitiful shame how the world has changed. It don't happen no more.
you go. That one there going out to Steve in Arizona in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of Young Jesse. Young Jesse on the Modern record label, came out in September of 1956. Song entitled Don't Happen No More is the name of the tune. Interesting lyrics on that tune here. We are in the 1956 block. This is actually a flip side request, actually a delayed flip side request for listener Liam Savoy. Now, on the April 11th Vinyltreasure show, I featured this group out of Philly, the Marquees, okay, on Herb Slotkin's Grand record label, and the side called The Bells. This is a rare record on the original press here on Grand Records. Liam Savoy in Australia also would like to hear the flip side of the 45. It came out in May of 56, so let's give it a spin here. The Marquees, Marquees, Quees. The reissues are Markees, because Grand would repress this record, in 61, I think. But this is the original, the Marquees on Grand. The song is called The Rain, which we're having right now, going out to Liam. Here you go, Liam. The Marquees for you.
Watching the rain come down, I thought of my first love when I was young, unable to know that love at first sight is blind. I stumbled on, yes, with loving care, for this first love of mine.
Remind me, darling, remind me only of you, falling from the clouds to my heart. But someday, I'll be on the top, and you'll be just somebody's fool.
My first love, yes, knowing it was love at first sight, I learned to care for a second love, thanking God for showing me the light. All this, my love, came about because of the day you were there, just standing there in the rain.
That's Rare Philadelphia 45 on Herb Slotkin's Grand Records, going out to Liam in Australia there. The Marquees from May of 1956. The flip side of The Bells, a song entitled The Rain. That one there is, and I remember it was, I think I told you the story, Joe Ronco tapped me on the shoulder and waiting to go into the Allentown, PA show. Of course, the record was 4 figures. So I said, well, you're the first one going into my wallet here on the show here. Of course, I came prepared. When I go to Allentown, I was always prepared for the worst. Anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We got a flip side request this time for listener Daryl Letts. Last week, we heard Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones on George Goldner's Rama Records, their second release on the Rama label. Request for listener Gordy Freeman. We played The Masquerade Is Over. Now, Daryl Letts requested the flip side. Now, my mother's going to recognize this song because she likes this. This is the theme song of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with the Frank Shingaro and Gordon Skagberg. So if you hear this, Frank knows it, but my mother's been liking the record because, well, she likes the record anyway, but she hears it every Sunday when I tune into the program here. But anyway, this is for Daryl Letts, November 1956, Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones, the flip side of The Masquerade Is Over on the Rama label, and the song is called On Sunday Afternoon. It's going out to listener Daryl Letts. Here you go, Daryl, for you.
On Sunday afternoon, can I come by? On Sunday afternoon, can I come by? I'm so alone on Sunday. On that day, I'm so lonely. I saw you yesterday, and my heart stood still. If you knew my sorrow, then you would forgive. Since you've been gone, my love, my heart's in pain. It's a pain that won't heal for as long as I feel you won't return my love. If you still feel that way, then we'll have to part. But I'll shed a million tears and be left with a broken heart. If you still feel that way, then we'll have to part. But I'll shed a million tears and be left with a broken heart.
Yeah, so Frank, you wear out for all the years you play this record on your show. You have to be using a tape. You cannot be playing that record all those times for all those years. You'd wear that record out for sure. But that's the theme song to the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank Shingaro and Gordon Skagberg. You can hear it tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that's actually a request for listener Daryl Letts, November 56. That's Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones. That's their second release on the Rama label, On Sunday Afternoon, a record I first heard on the Gus Gossard Show many, many years ago. Let's do another bonus song here. Johnny G picked this tune. This was another George Tompkins record that he turned me on to. Her real name, Margaret Hoffler, and she's originally from Norfolk, Virginia. In 1950, she would join up with the Griffin Brothers, recording for Randy Wood's Dot record label, but she left in 1952 to join the Floyd Dixon Combo as a featured vocalist. And she also had releases on the Dot label and Decca and Cat, and then she did 3 for Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records. This was the first she did, and this tune written by Henry Glover, and I don't know the group on this. Okay, but there is a vocal group backing her up on this tune. I should have checked Marv's book to see, but this is from July of 1956. This is a bonus track. Let's give a listen to Margie Day and a group on Deluxe. It's called Something Told Me. Here you go. A bonus track by Margie Day.
Something told me when I felt your touch. It told me I was in your clutch, but it never told me I'd love you much too much. And I don't know why it told me that you'd make me cry, but it never told me I'd love you till I die. It could have been my heart trying hard to want me, although it could not speak. It must have been my heart trying hard to tell me that I was growing weak. Something told me that we soon would part. It told me that my tears would start, but it never told me I'd always love you, sweetheart.
I like that record there. That is George Tompkins turning me on to that 45, and that is Margie Day. Margie Day. I lost my place. Yeah, July 1956 release on Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records for that. Something Told Me is the name of the tune. Hold on a second. Let me just check something here on this bio promo. What does it say here? It says, Pert Little Margie Day is the latest addition to the King roster of stars. For her initial release, 2 different types of songs have been selected that show off Margie's voice to great advantage. The Dumpling, which is the flip of this, side is an up-tempo ditty that Margie sings to a Fare Thee Well, while Something Told Me is a ballad that also gives Margie a chance to show what she can do with the slow melodies. What else does it say here? It says, born in Norfolk, Virginia, Margie Day always dreamed of becoming a professional singer. She sang in her high school choir and won first prize twice in amateur contests at theaters in Norfolk, also in high school. She sang the lead in two different operettas. Margie is a bundle of personality, and whether she sings on record or in person, that enthusiasm and vocal personality shines brilliantly. There you go. That is the bio promo on that. I don't know who wrote those. Did Sid write those himself? I don't know, but that's probably I don't see anything wrong with that. That's introducing her on the deluxe label. But there you go. That's a bonus track there. Anyway, but let me mention that Bill Old will be here next Thursday, at 1 p.m. So Bill Old will be here April 30th, 2026. He'll present it's Bill Old's Thursday afternoon record library of rhythm and blues vocal groups and 50s artists. Bill is seeking to recapture the 1970s, when record friends were invited to his home to hear music from his personal collection. Bill has selected obscure records, including previously unreleased music from his collection, to be aired on the program, but Bill will provide background and his personal experiences on a number of the recording artists. Please mark your calendars for next Thursday afternoon, April 30th, beginning at 1 p.m., 1 to 4 Eastern Time, here on JohnnyG's Vinyltreasure Show. So you can check that out. He will be here in the studio. Looking forward to that, Bill, when you are here. And let us continue now. Let's fill a request for Gary McClendon in our YouTube chat room. This singer, born Napoleon Culp Brown on October 12th of 1929 in Charlotte, North Carolina, began singing gospel in the late 1940s with the Zippers Quartet, but he would sign with Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. He had 28 releases on the Savoy label between 54 and 63. This was his 9th release, a tune written by Johnny Bell. This is actually the flip side of a hit called Little by Little, but Gary requested the B-side of the 45 from December 56. It's actually, Charlene, Nappy Brown and the Zippers Quartet, because there is a vocal group on this side. Nappy Brown and the Zippers Quartet on Savoy Records for Gary McClendon in our YouTube chat room. It's called Make sure you have it right. Yeah, I'm Getting Lonesome. Here you go, Gary, for you, Nappy Brown.
I'm getting lonesome. Darling, won't you please come home? Darling, won't you please come home? Well, the days are oh so lonely, and the nights are so long. Well, it's oh how I miss you, wondering if you miss me too. You, baby, wondering if you miss me too. Although it's true we have parted, and I'll always love you. My heart is yearning for your returning. I've been blue the day. I love you so much, I'm longing for your little touch. How could you go and stay? I'm getting lonesome. Darling, won't you please come home? I'm getting lonesome. Darling, won't you please come home? Where the days are oh, oh, so lonely, and the nights are so long.
Yeah, B-sides here for a Saturday evening. That one there going out to Gary McClendon in our YouTube chat. That's a nice record there, Gary. The flip side of Nappy Brown's Little by Little, a song entitled I'm Getting Lonesome. That's with his group, the Zippers Quartet, on Savoy Records. That was his 9th release on the Savoy label. Came out in December of 1956. We got one more from the year 1956, and this is the Collector Corner Record of the Week, although I had a number of them today. An interesting thing about this record, actually this group is out of Greenburgh, New York, which is like right down here from Johnny G. So I've told this story before. Where I live, there's a street. Oh, I'm up on a hill, and down below they had a street sale. So they put these advertisements out, and I told my mother, I said, well, let me go down there and see what's going on. Now, this was probably when I was in high school. College. So this had to be before 1980. I graduated from college in 1980. So somewhere in late 79. So I walked down there, and I'm looking, I'm going, there's nothing here. There's all these toys and whatnot. So I'm at the last house, and I said, and there was a garage. And so I said, do you have any records for sale, any 45s? So they said, well, yeah, we got a box of records over here. I have more in the basement. I said, really? I said, can I look at them? So I look, and I see, like, Could This Be Magic? And was another one here. There was a Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. I think it's Why Do Fools Fall in Love? So there were a couple common records. Then this record shows up on there, and I'm going, what is this record? The Swans on Steamboat. I said, how much are these records? And so she said, well, they're 15 cents a piece. And I said, okay. I said, how much would you take for the whole box of records? And they said, well, give me like $8 or whatever. So I gave her $8. I said, do you have any more records? And so she says, oh, yeah, we got some down in the basement, but I can't bring them up now. And we go to church tomorrow. Why don't you come by in the afternoon? I said, okay, I'll be there. So I went back. Of course, it was a false alarm, but I made a mistake. I should have there were all these Columbias. Now, I didn't see any Ravens there. I think the only thing that I took 2 records. I took a Chestnuts Forever I Vow, which was mint, and one other thing. I forget, another group thing, but I made a mistake. There were all these rockabilly records. It was the 20,000 series on Columbia, all in their original sleeves. And there were probably some other things there. I mean, if I saw Chris Powell and the Blue Flames, I would have taken it. But I mean, there could have been something else, like Harry James and the girl that used to sing with him that I might have left. So I should have took them all, because I'm sure they would have sold me the whole thing for like $25. So you live and learn from that. But I did get this record from that. Anyway, and this is our Collector Corner Record of the Week. This is the group first recorded for Eddie Heller's Rainbow label, and that's a record I should pull out for the Collector's Corner. December 1953. They were called the Swans, but this was their next release, which came out on Buddy Lucas's Steamboat label. It features Ray Roberts on lead. He's doing lead on this from 1956, our Collector Corner Record of the Week that I selected, I guess, the Swans on Steamboat. It's called Believe in Me. Here you go, the Swans.
Will you believe in me when I say that I love you? Will you believe in me and say
from the Collector's Corner there, the sound of the Swans. Those are the Swans on Buddy Lucas's Steamboat Records out of New York City. That is Ray Roberts on lead, 1956. Believe in Me is the name of the tune. Why am I not flipping that there? Anyway, all right, we're moving into the final block here. 1957. We will continue in 1958 tomorrow at 9 p.m. right here on YouTube. But we're live on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. And this was a bonus track here on tonight's show. This group is from Hempstead, Long Island. This singer was just 12 years old when he recorded this. His name, Richard Lanham, and the uncredited group is backing him up that also recorded on this Acme record label, the Tempo Tones. And this is from January of 1957. Interesting that they spelled radio wrong. It says Raido, R-A-I-D-O. So that is how all the originals came out, unfortunately. But anyway, you know what they meant. So this is a bonus track from January 57. Richard Lanham and the uncredited Tempo Tones on Acme Records. It's called On Your Radio. Here you go, Richard Lanham. Okay, there you go. Bonus tracks here on the Vinyltreasure Show. I got to tell you, so when I didn't know anything about this record. Well, I tuned into Gus Gossert, and he played that. Of course, I started to accumulate a want list. Remember, I was in high school at the time, 1972, or not even maybe junior high school at the time. So I didn't know. I wrote down all these songs, and I didn't know where to find. And then there were advertisements for, I think it was Disco Disc was the first one. They were selling oldies for 79 cents. It was like potluck. You might get some originals, you might not, but they were all these reissues. And then my aunt took me to Linden Records on Central Avenue in White Plains. And then, so I started seeing they were oldies. So I started buying, Roulette reissues and Lost Night reissues and whatnot. So, of course, as time went on, And then I finally found a job and then found out about Discovery's, was it Gold Mine magazine, I think at the time. So then I started to bid in record auctions, and I was winning original stuff. And it was cheap, like $3.28. It was when record collecting was fun, and it was always fun to find records in the wild. I'm telling you, when I found that Swans on Steamboat, I mean, I was like, it was a thrill. I said, oh my God, I got a rare record, because the prices were high on the things like that. But I never really focused on the condition until much later on in my collecting career. But anyway, there you go. That is Richard Lanham from January 57 on the Acme label, On Your Radio. It's really radio. Anyway, let us continue here. 1957. Let's fill a request for Tim Doyle in Altoona, Pennsylvania. This singer hails from Philadelphia, PA, had 3 releases on the Cameo record label. Now, Tim requested his first release, a tune that was co-written by Calman Cohen. So that's like Cal Mann. That is where you say Man and those are the writers for Cameo records. I think it says Man and what does it say? It says Man and Low. So I guess that's Calman. Is that what you're saying, Charlene? Co-written by Calman Cohen. She doesn't say really which one of those guys it is, but I'm assuming it's one of those guys. Now, the song was written as an anniversary gift to his wife, Esther Cohen. Well, you got Cochran there and Cohen here. So I don't know which one it... Well, wait a minute. Cohen... No, I said it wrong. I can't see. Johnny G needs his head examined. Okay, it says here, the song was written as an anniversary gift to Calman's wife, Esther Cohen, and it was sung by this singer. His name is Billy Scott. This is arranged by Owen B. Massengill, and this charted on the Billboard charts, was number 78 on the Billboard charts. This came out in November of 1957. This is going out to Tim Doyle in Pennsylvania. Billy Scott on Cameo. It's called, didn't Jackie Gleason say this all the time? You're the Greatest is the name of the tune. Here we go. Here you go, Tim. Billy Scott.
You're the greatest. You're the loving end. You're the greatest. Number one, my friend. You're the highest hill, the wildest thrill, and so divine. And what makes it all so crazy is you're mine, all mine. You're the greatest. You're too much for me. You're the latest. You're my symphony. You're the most supreme, the biggest dream, and oh so super fine. You're the greatest, yes, the greatest, and you're mine, all mine. You're the buttered side, a rocket ride, and so divine. And what makes it all so crazy is you're mine, all mine. You're the greatest. You're too much for me. You're my latest. You're my cup of tea. You're the most supreme, the biggest dream, and oh so super fine. You're the greatest, yes, the greatest, and you're mine, all mine.
There you go. That one there going out to Tim Doyle in Altoona, Pennsylvania. That's the sound of Billy Scott, November 1957 on the Cameo record label. You're the Greatest is the name of the tune. See, I didn't know that Cal Mann Cohen is the real name of Cal Mann. So there you go. So that's not on my paper. But that's very nice. You write that about your spouse, I'd have to say. That's a pretty nice tune there for that. Let us continue here. Here is a bonus flip side here that I added to the program here. Last week I featured this group for, actually I think I closed the show with this group from Columbus, Ohio on the Falcon record label, a group called the Falcons. I played the side called Now That It's Over. Well, the flip side is pretty cool too, okay? And this is, we heard from Al Smith earlier in the program. I opened up the show with Al Smith with the instrumental. Well, here he is. His orchestra is backing up the Falcons on this. And the tune written, the Copyright Police came out on there, on that song. They just recognized it. This tune co-written by the lead singer. His name is Paul Jackson. Okay. And this group would later record as the as the lyrics. And you might know this song in 1962. A group called the Sequins did it on the Ditto record label, but this is the original, a bonus track from November 57, the Falcons on Falcon. It's called My Only Love. This is a bonus track. Here you go.
You're my only love.
Bonus tracks here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Listen, folks, I'm telling you, don't yell out requests in the chat room. They're just not going to be. You can't do this, okay? Because I can't play. And you got to email me or type it on my YouTube wall, okay? Because don't type the requests in there, okay? Because I should tell Amy to delete those. Okay, you got to type it on. Go to my YouTube wall and type them in there if you want to hear something. Don't just yell them out in the chat room, because just don't do that, okay? Because I have no chance to see it. I can't see it. I'm doing the stuff here. You got to understand here. I play records. It's hard for me to get the records here. You can't just yell out songs. You got it? Anyway, there you go. The sound of the Falcons here from November 1957 on the Falcon label, a song entitled My Only Love. is the name of the tune. Let's fill a request now for listener Chris Reed. Okay, this singer born March 5th, 1929 in Monticello, Mississippi, was unfortunate, though, that he died in an auto accident while suffering a heart attack on May 29th of 1967. This singer, guitarist, and harmonica player, first recording for Chess Records back in 1951. His biggest hit was a tune called Mama, Talk to Your Daughter, which came out on Parrot Records. I might have that on the Parrot label, 1955. But Chris Reed requested his third of four that he had on the Checker record label. And he spelled his name different ways during his career. And anyway, this here is JB Lenor, Lenoir on this one here. And this is a song he wrote. This one came out in September of 1957 for Chris Reed. JB Lenor. This is actually probably an answer record to Mama Talk to Your Daughter. It's called What About Your Daughter? This is here going out to listener Chris Reed. Here you go, Chris, for you.
What about your daughter, Mama? She sure looks good to me. What about your daughter, Mama? She sure looks good to me. Every time she smiles, she just knocks me out. This I can play this number dedicated to all my girls. This I can play this number dedicated to all my girls. Now I'm back in town, let them see what I'm putting down. Mama, your daughter looks good to me. That girl, she sure looks good to me. Mama, your daughter looks good to me. That girl, she sure looks good to me. Every time she smiles, 'cause she'll just knock me out. Whatsoever you are, this I can tell these girls for me. Whatsoever you are, this I can tell these girls for me. All good-looking women, that's what I love to me. Mama, your daughter looks good to me. That girl, she sure looks good to me. Mama, your daughter looks good to me. That girl, she sure looks good to me. Every time she smiles, 'cause she'll just knock me out.
Okay, there you go. That one there going out to listener Chris Reed. The sound of JB Lenor. JB Lenor on the Checker record label. This third of four on Checker from September 1957. What About Your Daughter is the name of the tune. And we got two more 45s to go before we sign off here. These are bonus tracks. Actually, I have to apologize to Mike Sape because I messed this up because I told Charlene that I was going to play this side, but I did not play this side. I played the side called Leave My Gal Alone, which was by this group out of New York City called the Suburbans on Sol Rabinowitz's Baton Records. But anyway, so I'm going to play what I really wanted to play. This was the side that I wanted to play, but actually they're both great sides. Okay, so I don't know if I like this side better. It depends how I feel, okay? So anyway, this is from April 57, a bonus track, the Suburbans on the Baton label. It's called My First and Last Romance. And this is a bonus track. Here you go.
My first and last romance starts and ends with you, and I will be true.
Bonus tracks here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go, the sound of the Suburbans. The Suburbans on the Baton record label, April 1957, My First and Last Romance. I hope you dug the bonus tracks for this evening, folks. But that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G on this Saturday evening. I will be back tomorrow to continue with your requests beginning in 1958. So if you, some of you may have given me records spanning this show and the Saturday show. If you'd want to know which records I'm going to play that I select for you, you can do that because I know in advance. So I can tell you so you'll know what block the record is. But anyway, you can't shout records out in the chat room because vengeance will be mine, is what I'm saying, okay, just so you know. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the program tonight. And again, if you have a request for a future Vinyltreasure show, please email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Maybe I'll tell Charlene never to pick up requests in the chat room again. Keep it up. But anyway, so thank you all for tuning into the program tonight. We're going to close the show tonight with a bonus track from Johnny G. I really like this tune. Actually, this group had 2 releases on Juggy Murray's Sue record label, and this was their first, okay? And this was somewhat of a hit for the group. This actually kicked off the Sue record label. This is Sue number 700, and this was a number 29 record on KDAY if you were listening in Los Angeles, California. And the group is called The Matadors. The Matadors. And the song was written by the lead singer. His name is Johnny Garfield. And this came out in March of 1957. Our closer tonight, The Matadors. The song is called Vengeance, parentheses, Will Be Mine, and that is the truth. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. And again, thank you, Charlene, for your help. And I hope to see you tomorrow evening right here on YouTube beginning at 9 p.m. for more of the Vinyl Treasure Show. Don't forget to subscribe to Johnny G's YouTube page. That is the best thing you can do. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Here you go, the Matadors with Vengeance. So long, everybody.
You broke my heart right from the start, boy. You made a fool of me in front of the crowd. And vengeance, oh, will be mine. You have me sighing. Be mine.